All right, everyone. Get ready for a deep dive that's pretty sweet, literally.
Oh, I do love a good sugar rush.
Well, get ready because today we're talking about Go Flamingo and their success story in the Indian sugar industry. We're going to learn about a tricky problem they had to solve,
It sounds intriguing. What kind of problem?
a logistical one.
I'm all ears.
Cool. So get ready to learn about problem solving, how powerful technology can be, and you might even look at the sugar in your morning coffee differently.
It's funny how we take these everyday things for granted.
Totally. Like, we don't even think about how complex it is to get that sugar there.
Right.
This story is a perfect example. Okay, picture this. A sugar mill in Karnataka, India. They need to transport a huge amount of sugar, like 100 trucks full.
Wow, 100 trucks. That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah, and they need to get it to Dankuni in West Bengal.
Okay. How far are we talking?
About 1,800 kilometers.
Whoa, that's like driving across the whole U.S.
Right. So their usual way to move this much sugar is to use something called a rake.
A rake, like for leaves.
Not quite. It's basically a chartered train just for their sugar.
Makes...
But their go-to station, the one they usually use, it's 91 kilometers away from the mill.
Oh, so that adds even more to the journey.
Yeah, and the station is always booked up, so it's really hard to schedule their shipment.
That's got to be a huge problem for them.
Big time. And in the sugar industry, time is money, literally.
Yeah, sugar can go bad, right?
Yeah.
So any delays would be costly.
Exactly. So Go Flamingo comes up with a clever idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
They find another station, much closer to the sugar mill, only 54 kilometers away.
Oh, that sounds much better.
Right. But there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
This station only takes trains coming in, not going out.
Oh, so they can't send the sugar out from there.
Nope.
So what did they do?
Well, they went ahead and booked a rig for this station anyway. They were on a super tight deadline to load it all up before the train left. Remember, we're talking 100 trucks, about 25 tons per truck.
Oh, wow, yeah.
All of that had to be coordinated and transported super fast.
That's a ton of work, especially considering that a lot of communication in that region still happens through phone calls.
Exactly. Imagine trying to coordinate 100 trucks with just phone calls. It'd be a nightmare.
Totally. Delays, missed calls, wrong information, it wouldn't work.
Right. So Go Flamingo decided to get creative. They used their logistics app and added all the truck drivers onto it.
Interesting. So everyone was connected?
Yep, the drivers were linked directly with the sugar mill management, and it happened in real time.
So instead of all those phone calls, they had this digital hub.
So you can imagine how much smoother it made everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Having all that info in one spot, I bet it cut down on mistakes, too.
Huge time saver. And it worked. Go Flamingo managed to load all the sugar on time, and it got to Dankuni without any problems.
That's awesome. So it really worked out for them.
Yeah, and this wasn't just a one-time thing. This became like their go-to way to do these rake operations.
It's amazing how a problem like this can lead to something so innovative.
I know, right? And now, look at them. They're saving time, money, and probably a lot of headaches, too.
It all comes down to finding smarter ways to do things, doesn't it?
Totally. And being adaptable, thinking outside the box,
Like they could have given up when they saw that station only took incoming trains.
Exactly. But they saw it as a chance to try something new.
It's pretty inspiring, actually. And this isn't just about sugar, right? I mean, this kind of tech could change a lot of industries.
Oh, absolutely. Think of all the businesses that rely on moving things around.
Like agriculture, manufacturing, all of that.
So many possibilities.
It's funny, we buy a bag of sugar
Yeah.
and don't even think about how it got there.
I know. All the work that happens behind the scenes.
Right, and this deep dive kind of pulls back the curtain on that. It shows how much goes into keeping everything running smoothly.
And it makes you think, like, what other problems are out there just waiting for a creative solution?
It's true. Maybe they're right in front of us. We just got to connect the dots.
Like Go Flamingo did with their app, using something they already had in a new way. Yeah, and who knows, maybe the next big innovation will come from someplace you'd never expect.
I think that's a really important point. It doesn't have to be some fancy Silicon Valley company or, a high-tech lab. Innovation can come from anywhere.
That's so true. Like you said, it can be sparked by something as simple as, well, transporting sugar.
Exactly. It's a good reminder that we shouldn't dismiss ideas, even if they seem small or, I don't know, ordinary at first.
You never know where they might lead. And that also means that, well, anyone can be an innovator, right?
Oh, absolutely. It could be anyone, really. Someone facing a challenge, trying to find a better way to do things.
Right, like a farmer, a teacher, even someone listening to this right now.
Exactly. All it takes is that willingness to see the problem and to try something new.
Like Go Flamingo. They didn't create some brand new tech. They just used what they had in a new way.
Resourcefulness, adaptability, super important qualities, especially these days.
Totally. So I guess the big takeaway from this deep dive into Go Flamingo's story,
Well, I'd say it's that we shouldn't underestimate the power of a good idea.
and that those ideas can come from anywhere and anyone.
That's what makes it so exciting. It means there's always potential for something new, something better.
Yeah, you never know what's just around the corner.
And that's what we love about these deep dives, right? We get to explore these stories, learn from them, and maybe even inspire some new ideas out there.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop diving deep.
Until next time.